Hello and welcome to the BlackBerry Academic Programme session. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a really fun-packed agenda for you. I'm Nafisa Dider. I work as a University Relations Manager at BlackBerry. I'm going to introduce you to my colleagues, Simon Howard, who's just in the front row here waving. He's from the Developer Relations team. And then Chris, over there, who's also from the University Relations team. The structure for our session today is, it's packed out, so hopefully we'll get through everything. We've got a 30-minute presentation and then a 30-minute panel discussion. The presentation will be from 3 guest speakers who've been partners of the BlackBerry Academic Programme for the last few years. And you're really here to gain inspiration from the stories that they tell and the stories that our panel members will share with you today as well. And in the panel session, we really want to encourage you to ask lots of questions about the academic programme and to use our speakers and panel members' knowledge as best you can. So the BlackBerry Academic Programme, what is it? For those of you that don't know, BlackBerry provide all of the training material you need to teach the students, to develop for the BlackBerry platform. It's all available online, it's downloadable, you're free to use it, it's completely free access, you can download it as an individual or as an institution. And really, it gives you everything you need in terms of tools and resources to start BlackBerry development on your campuses. We also provide some devices for classroom use so that you can test out your apps once you've started developing. And we also try and link you to our local developer communities as well, or to our local developer evangelists. In terms of numbers, the academic programme started back in 2009, and we now have 3,000 registrants across the globe. And I'm really pleased to say that this region, Europe, Middle East and Africa, we have the highest representation of registrants. So thank you all for joining our programme. It can be individuals or it can be colleges as well. So we've got something close to 1,000 academic institutes registered. It's great that you can passively download our programme, but how can you have a deeper relationship with the academic programme? And you'll learn about it later from our speakers, but I just want to take you through a few examples of how you can work with us. Back in 2010 and 2012, we organised faculty summits at Zayed University in Dubai. And this really helped kickstart our developer community in the United Arab Emirates. The faculty summits last for a couple of days, and the first day is all about getting to know who else is interested in teaching BlackBerry and which universities are delivering that curriculum, and then hear inspirational stories from those that are already teaching it or learning and have gone on to become entrepreneurs. And the second day is a training session, so that's where you learn about how to develop for BlackBerry from our expert trainers. Another thing you could possibly do is to invite us along to provide you with some BlackBerry 10 university seminars. So we'll send one of our expert developer relations guys down to your campus to deliver a 4-hour training seminar on campus where the students will leave with all the tools and resources they need to start development. And these have been pretty successful. We've had about 10 of these across the globe so far. But if you've got an institution that's interested in hosting us, then we're happy to send someone along to you. Lastly, we talked about building a community, and we really want to build a community on campus. And we have an opportunity for students to get involved and to become campus evangelists for us. And this is where we'd love you to organise meetups, networking opportunities for our BlackBerry staff to come along to, organise things like hackathons and porting sessions, and we'd provide you with a local point of contact, a developer evangelist to come down and support you and help build that campus community.
Does BlackBerry provide some sponsorship for hackathons and all that?
Yeah, I can talk about that after this session with you. So I've told you very briefly what the programme is and given you some examples of how people have become involved, but I really want you to hear from our speakers, our speakers who we've had great partnerships with over the last few years. If you're interested in getting involved, we do have an application, it would be rude not to, available on our app world. We also have a number of stories and highlights on our website, and you can also send us your questions, stories and ideas using the email address that's provided. So I mentioned our guest speakers, and I'll move on to them very swiftly. So we have three speakers today. Iman Raslan from the Information Technology Institute in Egypt, Professor Adam Holiver from the Silesian University of Technology in Poland, and Leon van Dijk from the University of Pretoria App Lab. So I'd like you to welcome our first speaker, Iman, to the stage.
Thank you, Nafisa. Hi, greetings from Egypt. I'm Iman. This is my second time in Amsterdam. My first time was 10 years ago. I got my MBA from Maastricht School of Management here in Holland. And boy, I'm glad to be here again. I have so much to say and only 10 minutes. So I'll try to go quickly through my presentation to cover all the activities that we've been doing in the mobile application development track and with BlackBerry academic program. So I come from ITI. ITI is an Information Technology Institute based in Egypt. It's a non-profit institute, and it's the main arm of the government Ministry of Communication and Information Technology in the area of capacity building. That means that we're there to apply the strategy of the ministry when it comes to capacity building, specifically after graduation from the Egyptian universities. We have 4 main quarters strategically based in Egypt, like you see in the map here. We also have like 62 affiliate centers all across Egypt. And we have also technical departments and incubation programs in 13 out of the 21 universities, national universities in Egypt. So you could say that we're everywhere. Also, we are partnered with like 100 plus of the multinationals in the IT field, and we have joint master's and degree programs with reputable international universities based in the US and UK and Germany. And also we have a joint master's degree with the DIT School of Business in the area of IT management on entrepreneurship. So how do we cater for all this? This is our pyramid. It starts up with the massive training, and this area looks after enabling a large mass of government civil servants with the right tools to do better quality services, and also for the entrepreneurs in the deferred areas of Egypt to assume businesses with IT knowledge that requires a little bit of investment. Within this area, this is like a TTT methodology. Within this program, we were able to enable 1,200,000 Egyptian youth over the past 20 years. On top of that, we have also our academic programs in the third and fourth year of third and fourth grade in the Egyptian universities, in faculties IT and non-IT, where we enable the students in the area of business process outsourcing and knowledge process outsourcing. And within this scope, we have graduated like 36,900 students, and those were able to lift up the position of Egypt under the strategy of the ministry from the number of 13 to number 4 in the BPO Global Competitiveness Index over 4 years only. Also, we do have, on top of that, our top-ranked graduate program that's called the 9-month incubation program, and this is our brand in Egypt because this is a program that bridges the gap between the academic training, the academic curriculum in Egypt, and what the businesses need. We come in there with our 9-month incubation program, which is a scholarship program provided from the government to the elite graduates of the Egyptian universities. We take up those in so many different tracks in partnership with the businesses, where we co-design the curriculum that they get, the training curriculum, that we co-teach, and we make sure that every graduate comes up with a commercially viable application project after 9 months. Actually, within this program, we have partners like Vodafone, Intel, Orange, Oracle, and we also in the mobile arena, we have BlackBerry, we have Nokia, we have Microsoft, and we have Unity, and the list goes on. I'm going to talk about this program later because it's one of the focus programs within the mobile application, but I'll have to say that also on top of this, now we've catered to the undergrad through university training, also the postgrad through the 9-month incubation program, the general public with the IT basic skills. We also cater for the professionals and developers within the companies and businesses, as well as entrepreneurs, so something that we call technology clusters, where we have like those expertise messed up in different areas. Some of them are like, for example, cloud computing and e-learning, and others are like Java and mobile. And this is where our center of excellence that's called JETS comes in. JETS is our center of excellence for the promotion of the Java programming and the mobile application development. It's responsible to push the development of mobile application forwards in Egypt. To my pride and joy, one of the developer elite group of BlackBerry is graduate of our 9-month program under the coaching of JETS. His name is Hisham Bakr, and he was hailed this morning. So this is something that we're proud of. Within the JETS, we have been delivering the mobile application platform since 2007, and it's updated every year. We've joined partnership with the BlackBerry academic program last year, and within the scope, we were able to introduce some curriculum about the BlackBerry training. What we do is that we start first with the 9 months to try to develop this curriculum and try it on the students of the 9 months. And when it showed success, we then move to getting this across universities, so through monthly annual technical seminars where we teach them the latest about the new technologies. We have one each month, and for 2013 we've left with 6 more until the academic year finishes in next June. Also, we do not stop there. We do like technology workshops for the professional and developer community. This is just a glimpse of what we did in the past. Those are like 2 to 3 days free workshops for the businesses to help them get the latest knowledge. So what we do with the BAP is that we get the TTT and then try it in the 9 months, get to develop application, take that to the university, and then take that to the businesses as well. Those are some of the companies that we deal with in Egypt in terms of intensive training afterwards, after the 2 to 3 day workshops. And also we do like consultancy services on the projects that include mobile or Java. We have a project with MIT on OpenMRS. We also partner with Orange in developing mobile applications for poor, which is a 2-year initiative in that essence. On top of all this, it's not only about capacity building and training, because if you do not act and if you do not deliver a product, then it's all about training, and that's it. So we have so many other initiatives that work into really pushing the youth and the developers into producing something. Last year, it was the launch of the first Egyptian national gaming competition all over Egypt. It's the first time to be done in Egypt, and it was in partnership with the IT committee in the Supreme Council of University, which is the Supreme Council of Deans of all the faculties of computer science. We got all the students into warm-up workshops where we trained them on developing gaming applications and mobile application, and then we opened up this competition, and actually we were fortunate with 50 participant groups with 50 games developed on mobile. BlackBerry was one of the competition sponsors, and this was a great opportunity to form the first Egyptian gaming community. The week before last, also, we had like the first chapter of the Global Game Jam. The Global Game Jam is an event that attracted this year 62 countries with 326 locations. It's a 48-hour boot camp where people get in to develop games. Mainly in Egypt, they do develop games on web or on the mobile. And this was also a chance to push forward the volume of mobile application development. These are pictures from the Egypt, the Gaming Egypt national competition. We didn't stop there. We hosted back in October the BlackBerry 10 JAM tour in Egypt, and it was attended by 326 participants. Back then, it was one of the largest BlackBerry jams all over. But then today we have like 1,500. We cannot compete with that. And we're glad about this, because this means that there is potential for growth always. Within this BlackBerry 10 Jam, we hosted developers from the different communities that we do have, the youth and the developers and entrepreneurs, and also people from the government to get to know the latest features about the BlackBerry 10. But then this was not all. What we did with BlackBerry actually is that we partnered in creating this joint lab, this mobile application development lab, where Nafisa and her team donated to us like BlackBerry Torch and Gold devices, and also BlackBerry 10 Dev Alpha devices. This lab is open for the community 5 days per week, and it's not only a lab, because we have coaches. We have at the ITI like 320 coaches in different platforms. One of them is the mobile application. In this only we have like 12 coaches where they can support whoever comes in the lab as groups of students or as developers to develop their application or to debug what they do have. And this was quite a hit, because after the Jam, the very next day, we launched the BlackBerry, the Mobile Application Developer Week, where we hosted, it was back then, where we hosted 2 tracks, the web and native, and we had Camille, the evangelist of BlackBerry, coach in one of them. This was a real opportunity to get to engage people, the developers of the BlackBerry community, to learn more about the BlackBerry 10 and put them on the right track. And we didn't stop there. Actually, my last item on the list is a program that we've partnered with Liwa Abu Khait, which is the Alliance Manager Middle East at BlackBerry, to coach like 70 students of our mobile application development platform in developing innovative BlackBerry 10 applications that are viably commercial by July 2013. By this, I can end my presentation, but I would like to say, and this is honest comment, BlackBerry platform is we are partnered with all the other platforms in the mobile, but they truly deliver real support for us, and they are truly concentrating in their efforts to grow the mobile application developer community with whatever they have. And with this, we're pretty sure that we can go further in so many successes in the future. Thank you, and I would leave the floor to Nafisa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Iman. Lots of material to get through, so really appreciate you rushing through some of that. So I'd like to invite our next speaker up to the stage, Professor Adam Oliver from Silesian University in Poland.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good evening. My name is Adam Cholewa, and I'm working in the Institute of Fundamentals of Machinery Design, which is a part of Silesian University of Technology, placed in Gliwice in Poland. Our university is one of the biggest universities in Poland, technical universities in Poland. We have currently about 30,000 students learning on 13 faculties in about 48 engineering disciplines. Today I will show you, I want to present you our results of our BlackBerry academic program that took place between October 2011 and January 2013. First of all, I have to describe shortly who we are and why we joined the program. Our institute is the Institute of Fundamentals of Machinery Design. This is a part of Faculty of Mechanical Engineering in Gliwice. Our main topics of our interests are machinery design and maintenance, technical diagnostics, mechatronics, robotics, and application of artificial intelligence. A few years ago, we recognized the need, the possibility for application of mobile devices as data interfaces for monitoring purposes. And that's why we decided to join the academic program. Our applications are usually dedicated to critical objects, and that's why they required appropriate security. First meetings with RIMS representatives began in March 2011 and resulted on May 26th with an inaugural event. We had over 250 registrants for the event. The event was preceded with a major promotional campaign at the university. The same situation we had the next year, in May 2012. We had then over 2,000 people, students, willing to participate in the program. Because of a huge number of students, we decided to split them into 2 semesters. First groups started between October 2011 and January 2012. There were 4 groups of students from Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. It was the largest group of students. Each one consisted of 30 students. I have to explain something. We came from Poland, and BlackBerry devices are not so known in our country. That's why we had to start with a short introduction what the BlackBerry is. Then we teach them about basic solutions. They had possibility to gain some administration skills. And we started first lessons using Java Micro Edition with BlackBerry plugin for Eclipse. The next semester, we started with 2 groups of students, but decided that they will learn WebWorks solution. The next 3 groups started between October 2012 and January 2013. And now, in a few weeks, we will start probably with 1 group of students. Our results. We've got our own site dedicated from the program. The great success of the academy is that we've got many students interested in mobiles, especially in BlackBerry technology. My students formed a special study group which is focused on the use of secure mobile technologies, for example, for diagnosis and control of investigated objects. About 70 students took a part in BlackBerry DevCon last year, and the same group of them took a part in a BlackBerry Jam World Tour that took place in Warsaw in July last year. Our results are first applications developed by my students. One of my MSc students developed an interesting application for that turns BlackBerry device into an advanced display for engine data. It requires an additional transmitter which you can plug into the car. It is called LBDI transmitter. The group of students are working on the project we call Intelligent Room. It's the part of the whole system is an application, a mobile application dedicated to BlackBerry 10 device. But the current status of the project is still in progress, since a few months, of course. My students developed an application for playbook to control the robot. The application became well known in developers community last year when Alexanders has tweeted a video of it. Students have been in Vienna with this solution and presented the application during the Robot Challenge in 2012. The group of our students developed application for telemetry monitoring. This is the telemetry monitoring application for our racing car. Students entered the car into the Shaleko Marathon Challenge that took place in Rotterdam last year. We've started for the first time and we won 10th place. This is a very good result. Our car was the lightest. This year we also want to start again. This is the application that works as dashboard display for the racing car. This is the result of my BSc student. Today in the morning, my student presented an application to control robot using BlackBerry 10 device. This is application developed completely for BlackBerry 10 device using cascades. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Adam. So our final speaker is from the BlackBerry Apps Lab at the University of Pretoria, and I'd like to welcome Leon van Dijk to the stage.
Hi everyone, I'm Leon. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a university student studying computer science honors at university, and since the Apps Lab was launched last year, I got heavily involved, and I'm now the Apps Lab manager for 2013 and hopefully beyond. So just a bit about the lab. Let's see. Okay. The lab was launched on the 30th of May last year in collaboration with RIM, or BlackBerry now, the University of Pretoria, the eSkills Institute, and also the Department of Communications. Since then, the lab has been an astounding success. Just a bit about the infrastructure. We have some PCs that you can use with all the BlackBerry tools and SDKs for the students. We've got BlackBerry devices, from the bolds to the dev alphas. And we also got confirmed BlackBerry 10s coming soon. This is just a picture of some of the lead developers at the lab. Since then, we've hosted three major events. The first one being Train the Trainer, where we actually brought in some lecturers from surrounding departments. I just forgot to mention that the Apps Lab is actually in the IT building of the university, surrounded by all the IT-related degrees. So there's a computer science department, informatics. So our first event we called Train the Trainer, we brought in some lecturers from those departments, and they got trained in how to use and how to teach BlackBerry development to their students. So it was a very good success. There were actually many lectures attended, and this year we're actually going to push to even get that even more lecturers involved with that. The second event we had, which we didn't actually have, the Cape Town Apps Lab, I just forgot to mention, we also have a Cape Town's Apps Lab, was a hackathon. We participated in that, and we also had we've won every hackathon that the Pretoria Apps Labs won every hackathon that's been hosted. And then the third and the biggest highlight of the year was the MAD Challenge. The MAD Challenge is the Mobile Application Development Challenge, and this was something new that we came up with. That we took some high school students from the surrounding high schools, the feeder areas, my ex-high schools over there on the right-hand side, Pretoria Boys High, respect. And we, in total, 57 students got on board, and we taught them BlackBerry 7 development for 6 weeks. And some of them didn't even know how to program, so it was a very intense 6-week course. We met every Friday, we learned Java programming, and then for about a month we let them go alone, and we told them they have to make an app for competition, and the best app would obviously win a prize. And in the end, we had 16 final submissions because some of the students grouped together, and the quality of the apps were astounding. I mean, the winner was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a grade 10 student. He made an app to test you before you go for your driver's license. So, it was really good. And we have big plans for this year for the MAD Challenge to scale it, not only in the Apps Lab in Pretoria, but also in Cape Town and across whole South Africa. This is just a little bit of a highlight of what we do at the lab. We do a lot of things. We have backing from Research in Motion, so nearly nothing is impossible. This is just a list of everything we do. We always want more people to engage with the developer community in Pretoria and in Cape Town. So if any of you have any contacts in Pretoria, Cape Town, or actually in South Africa in general, please come and speak to me. Would love them to get involved with the Apps Lab. We also have some future plans for this year. But I think the main one is the MAD Challenge. We're going to scale that to all the different hubs in South Africa. And so this is a bit about the Apps Lab. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leon. That's fantastic. So we're going to move on to the question and answer session. I'm sure lots of you have got questions. I'm going to hand over to Chris from the University Relations team, and he'll introduce the panel to you. And please fire away with your questions.
Thanks, Nafisa. Thanks for the introduction. It's great to see so many of you here today to talk about training and skills in the context of BlackBerry development. Our next bit of the session is a bit of a question and answer with some key people, all with different experiences of the BlackBerry academic program that they're willing to share with you today. So I can welcome up to the stage, first of all, Glenn Markstein. Glenn's an application developer and also manager of the Cape Town BlackBerry Apps Lab. We've got Sally Mohammed. Sally is from the Technology, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Centre in Egypt. Thank you, Sally. Ray Lynch, a lecturer from the Dublin Institute of Technology in Ireland. Ray is already here. We've got Piotr Michalski from the University of Łódź in Poland. Thank you. We've got Muji Bazizi, who's going to come up now. Who's a student at the Media College in Amsterdam, and also our very own Simon Howard of the BlackBerry Developer Relations team. So we've got a fertile mix of people and experiences and geographical coverage and minds this afternoon, so I'm just going to have a bit of a question and answer. I want to get some questions from the audience for these guys as well, and how they are working with BlackBerry and any hints and tips that they've got. But Chair's prerogative is to ask the first question, so I will. So I think, Sally, I'm going to start with you, just to put you on the spot. What are the core components from your perspective to set up a successful training program for development, particularly BlackBerry development?
Thank you very much. I'm Sally from the Technology Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center, and actually I'm coming from a little bit different organization because my organization is not a university. It's an innovation lab where we are supporting entrepreneurs starting from being students in the university, ending with starting their own companies, and we have also technology incubation in our center. Our center started in September 2010, and we find a big gap between the desire and the ability of the youth and where they can acquire technology, where they can learn about the technology. And we started talking with BlackBerry to invite them to come to Egypt and establish an innovation lab where we can dedicate a place for them inside our technology center, where they can have their expertise and provide the chance for young entrepreneurs to get in touch with this different experience of the BlackBerry technologies. Our plan is to launch this lab this quarter, and we developed the plan for 3 years to make this program a successful program, to have this innovation lab a successful program. And when we went through this exercise, we identified 4 key components we need to have in this program to have it a successful innovation lab that is able to maintain itself and sustain its activities. Those 4 components are mainly related to the following. First, to identify sort of services we need to provide for the beneficiaries, given that we are having students and we are having startup companies, and different in each of these stages, the needs of the entrepreneurs are different. To give you some of those requirements we have identified from the talks, events, we are meeting with those entrepreneurs. They are asking for physical space where they can come, have access to the internet, have access to their colleagues who are developing such applications to network together. And also the second important thing for them is to network. To network with the ecosystem, the mobile ecosystem. I mean here, the mobile operators, the people who have the fund, who can support them to have access to the start or the seed capital that they can use to develop their applications. Not only that, but they need to learn. And when we talk about learning, when we talk about training, we are talking about technical training and business training. So they need to understand and they need to learn how to develop a presentation, how to form a team, how to develop their ideas, how to monetize these ideas, and they need to be mentored. So lots of things they need to have, which is translated into the first item, which is what are those sort of services. The thing related to service also, and very important, is that this innovation lab is not development for development, but it's development to have a commercialized products. So 2 key services we have designed in this program is having access to the market intelligence information about the market where they will develop their application, and the second thing, access to the organization who have the content. The second item is related to the business model, because this innovation lab needs to sustain its activities. So is it going to be having an equity from the application that is going to be commercialized, or based on subscription fees, or whatever? So these are all different models we have in the business model. The third thing is the operational model, because this innovation lab needs to have a clear identification of the sort of equipments, the skills, the people, the staff who are going to run this, in addition to the phases of implementing those services. The final thing is the strategy that we have to work with the partners, because our clients are the students and the startups, but we need also the partners. I mean, we need the aggregators, the mobile operators, the funding agencies, the international agencies, that's going to support those clients in a different way or another. So those are the main 4 components we are working, and we have translated it into this plan for the lab.
You've been very busy, Sally. Thank you. Maybe, Glenn, you've got an apps lab in Cape Town, so I've heard. Tell us.
That is correct. Hi, everyone.
Tell us what you're doing there and how you're working with BlackBerry to develop developer skills.
So basically, it's the apps lab is It's an incubation space for developers. It's there to provide developers with the opportunity to improve on their skills, to have access to resources such as training, consultation on on execution strategy. How they could best maximize on the potential of the app, help them become entrepreneurs. And we also want to focus on training people from the ground up to become developers, people who perhaps have never developed before. We're really looking to, generate more interest around development and engage with the development community to develop apps for BlackBerry. So we have training, we have events that we're going to plan on running to engage with the community, training, and it's going to be quite a big focus of this year, as Leon said earlier, the MAD Challenge.
Thank you. Piotr, maybe we can hear from you, because you've got a program which has been working with the BlackBerry academic program for some time now.
This year we started the academic program with BlackBerry, and we start with Cascades because we focus on mobile system application for mobile systems, mainly Android and Java applications. But nowadays I think, and my superiors, that taking part in this BlackBerry academic program is something good for our university. First of all, we have close ties with BlackBerry and with HTC, and our students can take part in this program. Yes, they can benefit from this program. For example, in HTC there was kind of contest, and our students were the second in Europe. Yes, so it was for them. Then they saw BlackBerry opportunities, and they see that there's a momentum. Yes, yeah. When the BlackBerry gains this momentum, and they also can use this. We have from BlackBerry good quality, I think materials. Yes, a lot of good quality applications and source codes for this application. So you can not use it, but you can see how it works. This year, our evangelist Łukasz, and he organized a special teaching course for future trainers. So I think this is also important, that you can get support from the organization. For example, in Android, you don't have this support because there is no Android something like this, yes? Or yeah. Fragmentations, okay, Samsung, they have own policy, HTC, they have own policy. So it's like, I think here we can get more.
So the training support and the device support is critical. Yeah. Maybe we can hear from Ray briefly, because Ray's very new, I guess, one of our newest members. How did you get started in Dublin Institute of Technology?
Yeah, well, I've been teaching a computer and communications engineering course for the last number of years, but in the last 5 years I'm concentrating on real-time and embedded systems. And it's a theoretical real-time operating systems course, but I was using QNX as the laboratory test vehicle for the students. So on a desktop machine, they would be programming using QNX POSIX-based operating system. And I just spotted last September BlackBerry's academic program. I applied for it, and it's just become a very nice fit, because I've now got Simon came over to us in November and gave us a rundown on the background of using BlackBerry applications, and they very kindly donated 5 Playbook tablets to us, and so we've now got I suppose we've got a course that was already in existence, and we've just got the support, immediate support from BlackBerry. It was quite good that they actually bought over the QNX company, and I've got 5 students now running final year projects for the next semester. So we're kind of very new. We don't have a lot to report at the moment, but we're really interested in looking at a real-time performance of the BlackBerry platform, basically.
Great.
Being a real-time operating system. So just be very happy to. Well, actually, one of the things I could think is the question you're asking is about. Again, sorry, I'm What was the question? The title of your question?
We're looking at the key components of
The key components,
setting up
yeah.
a program in a university. Like.
Well, one of the key components, I think, is actually getting students. So we have probably quite difficulty in getting students into our engineering environment. So this has got an opportunity for us to get more people involved, I think.
It's a good opportunity to bring in a student.
Yeah.
And
Because it's nice to have.
From a student, I guess, from Majib, what's attractive about application development? What are the opportunities that you've seen?
Well, myself, I started developing mobile applications for about 2 years ago, since before the playbook was launched.
Wow.
What I really like about the application development is whenever I build an app, I can see it working on my own device. It's very easy to deploy it on my actual device. With other platforms like iOS, I have to get a signing keys, I have to have a Mac, it's not that easy. And with BlackBerry, there are simulators, they are fast, they're working easy. The support, like I think he said it, the support is great. There are many people on the forums. There's been a developer group from Dennis over there. He's helping out some, mainly students now, us three and two of our friends. The reason why developing for BlackBerry is because I think it's the easiest way to start to develop for mobile applications, because it supports HTML5. Mainly I'm a web developer, but I just started developing mobile applications. So I can use my web techniques, which I learned in school, to develop actual applications, mainly for BlackBerry 10, because of the great web browser. So it's really easy to use my current skills, which I learned in school, to have them used on the BlackBerry platform.
That's great. Simon, tell us the importance of the academic community to the RIMS developer team.
So I'm a developer evangelist. I've been working at RIM for 10 months, and I came from another mobile company before, a well-known company. And I can honestly say I really love my job. Now, it's no secret, my job is to, literally what it says on the tin, to evangelize developing for BlackBerry, for BlackBerry 10. And I've spent all my time the last year talking about BlackBerry 7 and not anything really before that. I started engaging with students, I don't know, for the last sort of 6 to 9 months. Worked with Chris and worked with Nafisa in doing it. And I've spoken to mostly universities in the UK, but also in Ireland, indeed, Ray's University, Dublin Institute of Technology, as he mentioned. And I find it really exciting. It's probably no secret if you look at me, I'm a little bit old, and students tend to be quite a bit younger than me. But I feel really at home. It's great because I get an opportunity to go and talk, obviously, about BlackBerry 10, but the enthusiasm from students is fantastic. I always find every session I do really rewarding. As an evangelist, my job is, as I said, to evangelize the platform. But the great thing is that I find looking at the universities, there are different focuses in each university. Some are focused maybe more from a real-time point of view, like Ray's University, where he is. Other universities have more of a web focus on the course, and so on. And my job is to kind of tailor that. Now, when I go to university, one of the things that we do is we know that you have to develop from multiple platforms, and I like to think that we have within our platform a great set of tools and SDKs that enable you to do cross-platform development as well. But going back to talking about engagement university, one of the things that's personally very, very satisfying for me, and I think for the company as well, is that not only are we talking about what we do, but also we're helping create a kind of ecosystem locally within the university, let's say, but also we're creating tomorrow's developers. And I find that really exciting. It's kind of almost like, in a way, almost like creating a legacy, really. And I think about, I've been a developer for a long time and I've done lots of different stuff, right? And I still see today, occasionally, the Triumph motorcycle that I worked on, and I think, well, okay, I wrote the software that starts that thing. And I get really excited about it. And I always think, well, I'm helping create people that are going to create software in one form or another, whether it be software on a mobile device or whatever it might be, tomorrow's mobile device. And that's really personally very exciting. So what I want to finish on is that for us in the developer relations team, and I'm one of many across the world, quite a few in Europe too, we really love engaging with developers generally, but in particular students for the reasons I mentioned to you. So as has been said earlier, if you want someone to come from our team to university and work with you, please do contact us, because we really do like doing it. It's not just about selling it, it's about engaging with the community. We really do enjoy it.
That's great, thank you, Simon. So that's a commitment from the developer team to go out and build the skills pipelines in universities across the globe.
Indeed.
Thank you. So I think we've had enough of me talking. Maybe some questions from the floor. Is there any gentleman very quick over there?
Hi. My name is Nicola. I run a gaming company, and what we did from 2 months ago, we won the Southeast Europe Mobile Challenge for games. We won the QVADIS Balkan Development Challenge, and we won the Game Founders Gaming Awards. By the way, we met with Branko from Development Group Balkans, and we started a development group for BlackBerry for Macedonia. We also applied for the university academic program with our Center for Creative Industries. And my question was, how much time does it get to get an approval of the program, and when can we expect some, I don't know, maybe devices? We have some, but we'll need more because we plan to organize several teams to develop on several platforms, etc. We're also getting some Unity licenses. We're trying to make a stir here towards gaming and multimedia animation, etc.
So I should probably answer that, or Nafisa, but I'll take it as you're not mic'd up. But registration is mainly online based, and it's almost instant acceptance as long as you're from an affiliated university. Devices can take some time to order and to ship out, but usually in sort of 6 to 10 weeks we can meet your needs if we're satisfied that you're putting together a bona fide training program, and we can work with you to work out what you want to achieve, and use people like who are on the stage and some of our other 3,000 members, the best practice that we've gathered from them to help you mold a program. So by all means, we'll put up the registration link again later, or come and see us and we can get you signed up.
I already registered.
Okay. Yeah, just drop us an email, tell us what you're planning to do, and the team can talk you through the next steps. Any more questions?
Do you see the role of BlackBerry Elite in terms of university relations?
So I'm going to get Adam to answer this. So Professor Holliver is actually a BlackBerry Elite member. So perhaps you can talk to us about how you became a BlackBerry Elite member.
So, because of a large number of applications and my interest in mobile technologies, I've been asked by RIM representatives to join the Elite, and I am here. The program is for 1 year for one person. After a year, you have to...
My question was not like how to become a BlackBerry Elite. I was just asking like how do universities perceive and how does BlackBerry perceive if Elite, instead of some university taking the initiative, if an Elite member takes initiative and he connects the university to BlackBerry.
So as an Elite member, if you want to go out and you want to bring partners to us,
yes,
by all means. If there's anyone in the room who has links into universities, we want to hear from you. If you know really active lecturers, professors or students, come and see me afterwards. We'll swap details, we'll get them signed up and we'll get them working with us. In the second row over here. Thanks, Adam.
Hi, my name is Bilal. I lecture at the Durban University of Technology. I also own a company called Kylix Web where we develop software particularly for educational purposes, and we won the Vodacom App Store Award last year. My question is particularly focused to Simon. I think, in my experience, especially working with the university as well as in the private sector, one of the key components of a successful academic program is some sort of formal recognition on a global level, very similar to what your CompTIAs and Microsoft have, Is BlackBerry planning to roll out some sort of standardized syllabus and possibly prometric examinations and things? Because if they do, that will be really, really good.
It's a kind of good question, and I'm not entirely sure is the answer. I believe we have talked about it. I know, in fact, I think we've had to a certain extent conversations at a very high level about it. Whether we will, I don't know, is the answer.
I think it's under consideration again for the BlackBerry certification program exists for a number of different qualifications. The certified developer qualification was withdrawn 12 to 18 months ago, and there are discussions on whether or not that would be attractive again. We're aware of what other companies do, and we know the importance of certification in the academic context. So we hope to bring you some news on that in the near future.
I will say that from the point of view, the kind of material we have from a training point of view now is actually pretty strong. So you could imagine that with that now, and the documentation we have online and all that sort of stuff, it'd be much easier to actually create something from that of a test in nature, like you mentioned, other competing companies have.
Thank you. I think we've got time for one final question. I'm going to go with you because I think your hand was up first.
I'm a student, and I for my education, I create websites. So I'm really familiar with WebWorks. But I'm now trying to make apps using the simulator, and it just sucks. I really want my hands on a real device. Is there any way I can still get, as a student, BlackBerry Dev Alpha?
Simon, do you want to take that one?
Yes, so do you mean a Dev Alpha A or B, or do you mean
just a device where I can test my apps on?
Yeah, we are still seeding devices to people. The devices, I'm sure we've said publicly, do have time bonds on them. They do, and I know we've extended that. And it's entirely possible. So you can approach basically a member of Dev Relations, either directly or through email. And the general rule of thumb we have is that basically if you're a genuine developer and you're going to develop something, yes, we will seed you with a device. And you're quite right, it can be quite hard to actually develop on the simulator. It depends on a number of factors, including the type of application you're developing, but also the spec of the machine.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
No, it's not my machine, but it's possible. But it's kind of slow, and I prefer a real device.
And in any case, before you submit an application to the store, you should really test it on a real device because obviously, I would always say this: the performance is going to be different, and so on. And there may be some obscure bug that you wouldn't see on a device because there's infinite memory in theory, not really. But
I think in some parts of the world, there's a loaner system, I think, which operates from the developer relations team. Where
yes, indeed, there is, and we have been operating in the UK as well.
Almost like a library system where you can have a device for 2 weeks.
And how can I contact, email somebody?
Yeah, let's just speak after the session.
Okay.
There we go. Happy customer. I'm going to have to stop the Q&A there, but we've got plenty of time for networking and questions following this. I think just remains to thank our speakers today and also our panel. So in the traditional way. I think we've heard lots of interesting perspectives on developing for BlackBerry and developing skills to develop for BlackBerry in the last hour or so, and I want to continue those discussions this evening. I think I'm the only person standing between you and the BlackBerry Jam Europe Appreciation event, so I want you to get there in a timely manner. But thank you for attending today. Please join us downstairs in the Europa foyer at 6:30. Beg your pardon? And our contact details will be on the next slide, which I will... Ooh, I've gone the wrong way. There we go. So Nafisa, Simon and I can all be contacted on those email addresses. BlackBerry academic program registration you can get via the link at the bottom of the page. But please speak to us afterwards, and thanks for coming.